What's going on, everybody? Another episode of
Yo,
R&B.
it's the relationship episode. We're gonna tell you why you probably shouldn't get married, especially if you got money. Um, we're going through some millennial relationship stuff and
That
Hong
and a
Kong.
bunch more stuff related to everything in the world and how it pertains to kind of just us, but also you. So strap in and strap on R&B.
Bye. Yeah, hi. Recording.
Fuck it. Hold on. Check, 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 check,
Excuse
check.
me.
Audio 4, audio 3. I'm gonna have to do that again. Sorry. Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Thank you to our live studio band for
There is a name
jo-
for it. I forget.
joining us.
I think you
Man,
also
I
said that
was.
joke the last time I played that band.
Tell me if you hear. I'm gonna step outside. Tell me if you hear a buzzing.
Yeah.
You hear? Yeah, those damn bugs are just screwing each other in the trees. They sound like lights.
Cicadas gotta get down with it.
I saw a cicada. I didn't know they were so big. They're like the size of cockroaches.
Aren't they like the June bugs? Not the tiny ones, but like the green ones that look like fucking scarabs from Egypt.
Yeah, they're kind of like see-through too.
Ooh, ooh.
Just like, and I think like one is making that loud noise because I walked up close to it. It was just so loud. I was like, bro, how can this small thing be that loud? But
Damn
it's,
diggity, dude.
were there cicadas in Tucson?
Oh yeah.
I don't remember.
Yeah, it's probably a sand desert thing.
Yeah, probably a nice heat thing. Speaking of heat, what's up, everybody?
There's
It's
that
me.
fire.
Is there a fire going on?
I mean, near me, yeah, there's some ash falling from the sky. But I
That's
was
what's
talking
up.
about that like proverbial fire, like that fire R&B.
Ah, right. The best show. It's Ricker and Bond, free flowing in depth conversation about whatever is appropriate at the time. And today is Monday, September 7th.
Jesus.
Hope everybody paid their rent. Speaking of rent, God damn it.
Did you not pay
I
the rent?
I paid rent, but my landlord's been paying my utility bill for the past 2 months, and he's like, "Yo, bro, you owe me some money." I'm like, "Oh shit, I
Damn.
got you. I got you, bro. I didn't know, dude.
Just
I
a
didn't know,
sick
dude."
tenant landlord relationship. Just
I'm trying to keep it cordial with this guy. I don't want him to hate me like last time,
it seemed like
because
you fucking, I feel like any landlord and tenant have to be like, hey man, what's going on? You owe me some money. And they're like, oh yeah, got you, bro. Then it
I
gets a little weird.
yeah, I came across this thing, like this thread, and it was basically a bunch of people saying how the act of being a landlord is evil,
Hmm.
right? And they were throwing out all these arguments, which I didn't really agree with. They were like, "How can you own a house and not have somebody live in it?" I'm just like, it's not really a good argument. because you're providing a home for someone who probably can't afford to buy a house in the first place, you know?
Yeah. There's probably
But
some valid point in there somewhere that has to do with the past and shit.
it was mostly people mad that people are sitting on their ass making money when they have to go to work.
Yeah.
It was
I
mostly
mean,
that.
you know,
But
it's
like,
the whole labor thing.
yeah, like
There's an argument for, oh man. There do
anyone
be
can learn to
ass.
do it,
Oh my
dude.
God. Did you ever sit through fires when California fires were going down in the past?
Uh, sit through them. Yeah, I feel
I
like there's
mean,
like
like
one
experience
fire
it.
per year in California.
Yeah. It's the fire seasons, dude. There's a
California is
nice
mostly
red
wilderness.
sunset on me right now, coming
There's
from smog from fire.
Wait, are there fires other places, or do we just hear about California fires? Seems like there's like you
Um,
never hear about a huge Texas fire,
I don't know.
like a huge fire in Nevada. Never heard that before.
I don't know.
Huh?
Um,
Literally, huh? That's weird.
I would kind of assume that it's
Even
not a
people in
California specific thing, but it could kind of also be
even when there's
like there's a lot of people.
fire, like people in other states talk about California fires, and it's
Yeah.
like, yo, what's the difference, dude? Everybody has fucking
I
forest. I
mean,
think I don't know.
yeah, but is there seasonal just fire pillages going on in other states?
I don't know. I don't know. It seems like majority of the time it's happening up north, where there's a lot of grassland, and it's just
I mean, that's
I don't
kind of the dryness is conducive to nice fires.
I don't know anything about fires. I'm about to buy a house in Texas. No, I'm just kidding.
Lightning, power, shit that has to do with it. A lot of people.
A lot of
But
people.
California does have fucking fire seasons on the reg, dude. It's like hurricanes and other places.
Imagine starting a fire and you're just like, shit.
Just gets too big. You watch it on the news.
It destroys homes. It kills people.
A nice little short, dude, would be someone starts a fire in a forest. And it's like fire season and all that, and you're like, fuck, 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 and it's too big. You go home, you go on the news, you wake up the next day, a couple of days after, and the news is like, lightning started a big ass fire, and they're just like, oh, yes.
Thank God. Or you're trying to start a fire and someone's like, yo, it's not fire season, bro. You can't, your lighter won't work.
uh,
Oh
Fire doesn't
man.
exist in certain parts of the time.
Oh man. Smokey the Bear.
It's hot, bro.
If it's normal out here, and by normal I mean 118, but I'm in the desert, so what's it over there?
90ish. 118 is fucking. Is that normal for Palm Springs?
It's usually like 110, but 110, 118. Once you pass
Kind of a
105, it's
big
all the
difference,
same.
dude.
Bro,
It's
it's all the
not.
same out
It's
here.
quite
I just
literally
go,
not.
I go from the place to the pool and back in. Nobody's outside.
Couple
Every
differences is a big point of the earth.
everybody here is just used to the heat because of the
Yeah.
elevation. So I haven't heard one person say it's hotter than last week. Nah, it's just desert heat. It's probably
I
hot
mean,
in
it might be
LA. I don't
different
know.
than it is before.
It doesn't
It
feel
might be
different, is
desert
what I'm
heat, but
saying.
yeah, but you can have a different desert heat.
Statistically, yes, it is hotter, but it doesn't
Emotionally,
feel
no.
hotter. It
Yeah.
does not feel hotter, is what I'm
Hey,
saying.
man, I don't care about your feelings, bro. This is about this is about the cold hard truth.
Didn't you just ask me what it's like out here? And I'm telling you,
The temperature.
the temperature is 118, but
Yeah,
it
yeah, yeah.
doesn't feel. It feels like it was 110.
Interesting, interesting. That's
Yeah.
when my joke came in about it. Doesn't matter about your feelings.
Oh, okay. Fuck
How you
opinion. Let's
doing, dude?
just
How's
talk
your
facts
knee?
all day.
How's your yawn? How you doing? How long you been in
Good.
Palm Springs, dude?
Thursday.
Oh,
Yeah.
how's it?
Good. I'm gonna live out here. This is the spot. This is it. Just me and Bart. I'm gonna buy a house. I've made my decision.
Nice.
Yes. Me and him gonna go on some night bike rides. Just enjoy this heat, enjoy the sun, take in that vitamin D.
Desert nighttime is very nice on the skin.
I like getting in the pool and there's like a bunch of white people and they bring the umbrella to the pool and they all gather around the umbrella and I'm just literally just soaking up the energy. I
I
love
would,
it.
sunscreen's a thing.
Gotta have sunscreen. But like I don't burn, I just get hot, you know? It's not
Yeah,
pain, it's just discomfort. Like some
spot.
people, like the I saw a guy today, he was so red. I'm like, bro, you were gonna get cancer. Like
Anti-sunscreen, dude, that SPF 15.
anti sunscreen. Jesus, dude.
You know, I just realized it's kind of weird. You know that sunscreen with the girl is getting pulled her pants down by a dog?
Hmm.
Kind of weird.
Yeah, I think that used to be a real person,
For
like
real.
an actual photograph.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
From like
Yeah.
an old fucking like vintage photo quality.
Sunscreen baby. Probably some creepy old man made this. The Copper Tone girl.
Coppertone.
Yeah,
Coppertone's a cool brand name.
she got the little tan butt.
A little bit baby creepiness, dude. There's a
Oh.
California uh pedophile law or like consensual age for sex law. Right
Hmm.
now there's a thing that but if you're like 14 to 17, um if you have sex with someone in a 10-year age difference, it's not like an automatic pedophile like slapped on you. It goes to a judge and they decide what to do. And
10 year?
yeah,
So like a 14 and a 24-year-old?
yeah, legally. But before it was legally only for vaginal sex, right? And so people were like, if you if like a if you do it, but it's like anal or fucking oral, then you're automatically put in jail. Now there is a law that was like, hey, if it's under a judge discretion for vaginal, then it should probably be under a judge discretion for, non-vaginal stuff.
What if it's like just a creepy old guy asking for pics?
Well,
Because
I think
that's
that's the point of it was like it's up to a judge case per case, right? Um,
damn.
a lot
Because
a
that's
lot of
fucking
people were like, well, because it's basically made for like if you're consenting in like a teen, in a non-weird world, it'd be like 16 and like 18 or like 17 and 18. But, you know, but people were mad at that because it was like you're giving, uh, like people are making pedophile laws in the name for like uh, homosexual law equality.
hmm.
Um, so people were mad at that, but I don't know. Either way, the law was like 10 years. Legally, a judge has to like, if like a 14 and a 24, it would go to a judge and be like, is this consensual? And now it's that for all the sexes, not just vag.
What
But it's
the
a weird law
hell?
either way.
You heard of Romeo and Juliet laws?
I feel like I've heard the phrase.
I don't think it applies in California, but it basically says like if two people are dating and one's 18 and one's like 17 or something,
Mm-hmm.
and it's consensual, then I guess it's okay
Mm-hmm.
by law. I don't think it applies in California, but 10 years, that's
That's
disgusting.
because California has the 10-year law.
That's disgusting. Like it's like that goes back to an abuse of power thing. The power a 24-year-old has over the mind of a 14-year-old,
Mm-hmm.
because a 14-year-old doesn't know shit.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
the 10 is a weird number.
that's a huge number.
Because even if it's like 17 and like 27, I'm sure like, later in life, fucking 30-year age gap is different, but teenage stuff is a little weird and pedophile.
You know,
Fucking like
Jerry
high school,
Seinfeld
fucking
dated a
four.
19-year-old when he was 39.
Yeah. But you know,
That's kind of weird,
it is a bit
but
weird.
technically legal. But also, why? Like Jerry, you can get anyone.
Can
This
he?
is when he, bro. This is when he was
With
making like
money.
100 grand an episode, dude. That
Seinfeld.
this is. Remember, I was telling you this is probably what happened. He probably had a girlfriend when he was 20 that broke up with him for an older guy. So he was like, "Fuck this. When I'm old, I'm gonna reach back and I'm gonna grab a fucking young girl when she tries to come back." And that's what he did, probably.
No idea, dude. See the Dr.
Yeah,
Dre wife number statistics?
that's trash, bro. That's dude. That adds to the argument that fucking marriage does not benefit a man, especially a rich man.
Could it be the same with a rich woman?
I think a rich woman would not usually look for someone that has less money than her. I think that's why a lot of wealthy women stay single or don't
You
get
think
married, like Oprah,
most
Rihanna.
wealthy women get not married?
Yeah, because they understand that
I don't know that.
if you if you get divorced, you lose most of your money. The fuck
And men don't
the
understand that?
men do understand that, but when they get married, usually they don't have money until later. They get married like in their late 20s, and the money starts coming in their 30s when their career
Hmm.
starts kicking off, you know. But then the woman, you usually late 20s, early 30s, don't work, start raising the kids, right? That's where you get that wage gap.
Hmm.
Yeah. So, but prenup, bro. Who else was doing going through that? Future, but
Kid
not.
stuff, not marriage.
Some girl was like asking for 54 grand a month
Mm.
because both
There was,
parents
I
have
remember
to
that.
both parents have to submit their finances. And if one person doesn't submit, the judge is just like, all right, I'm going to guess how much this guy makes. Future seems pretty wealthy. So they just slap an arbitrary number on there until Future's like, yo, this is how much I make. She doesn't need 50 grand for a child, you know?
Yeah.
But TMZ will see the 54 grand and run with that, you know,
Do
because it's
what?
sensationalism. Run that,
Sensational. Future
yeah.
time.
But actually, I did see the breakdown for what she's asking for Dr. Dre.
Mm.
I actually have it right here.
Use that nine
Psych.
hundo for entertainment, dude.
Bro, what was it, like 10 grand for laundry?
The laundry, but it wasn't coupled in with another thing, and it should have been coupled in with something else.
I think when you're just like, when you're in that rich lifestyle for how long have they been married? It's
I
hard to go
think
back.
from like young, right?
Had to have been. It's really hard to go back to
So
not
would
being a
would
millionaire.
would the fair thing be to like, because what she did probably unfair, right? That's a pretty astronomical number.
10,000 a
What
month for laundry, 135,000 for clothes, 60,000 for education. She's a grown woman,
I
whatever.
find that one weird too.
Charitable contributions, 125,000 a month. Mortgage, 100,000 a month. Telephone, cell phone, email, $20,000 a month. I don't know a cell phone carrier on the planet that charges $20,000 a month. Do you?
Also, email I saw. Also, the thing that was circulating was kind of just like notes, and I kind of wondered what the like the you know file of like law was. That'd be a fun little public search. So
This is from Dr. Dre. I mean, from TMZ.
would the better thing as we wrap up fucking half that, or does she have to like you know she's not
Half
with
that? No.
a fraction of it, or she just has to make her own life now?
Well, child, I mean, what is it called? Alimony? Isn't it
Yeah.
supposed to be to help her raise kids? All the kids are grown. So what does she need it for?
Well, I don't think it's alimony. It's just divorce stuff.
Oh, and she also claims domestic violence, but I don't see what that has to do with money. But I mean, yeah, sure, he could help her, but
Should he
this is
have to?
ridiculous. Should he have to? I don't think he should have to. I don't think a judge should order him to have to do it.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't make any of this money, as far as I know.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
So what if they? I mean, what people should do is fucking have personal. When you get married, man, you get your personal bank account. You get your joint bank account. And do whatever the fuck you want with your personal. The joint is for family stuff. Maybe you put that towards the house. Maybe you put that
but
towards something.
you have to remember, like a lot of couples do have separate bank accounts,
Mm-hmm.
and they earn and spend their money separately. But
Yeah.
when they file taxes, it's different because they're married. They file together,
Mm-hmm.
so it can't be separate because you can't be married and file as a single person. I'm pretty sure it's illegal.
Tax
And I
wise or
think
just having money wise?
tax wise, because if you have money, you have to pay taxes on it, unless someone's throwing you cash
You
under
can
the
still have
table.
separate bank accounts and have separate cash flow for your person and for your marriage.
Well, when you file taxes, they ask you every stream of income you have.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't like lie about it, you know?
No, but
You can't be
you
like, I
gotta have a
have this.
separate financial life if you're married,
You can have a separate pot of money,
but you
but
get taxed for it.
if you're bringing in
Yeah,
income with it, you have to say it.
get
If you just
taxed
have
for it.
like, yeah, if you're not bringing in income for it, if it's just sitting there, you don't.
Okay, that I'm saying, but being taxed for it and having it kind of related, but not what I'm saying.
Yeah, if you and I were married and you had a house and it wasn't in my name, right? All you.
Mm-hmm.
That's your house. You pay the thing. But because we're married,
Mm-hmm.
we have to file taxes on it together. Property tax, income tax, state tax,
Mm-hmm.
you know? But it's
Yeah.
still your house.
Uh-huh.
I don't pay for it. I still got to put it on
Facts.
my tax bullshit, you know?
Yes. Nice. First
Yeah.
try shit. 4:44 in the PM, dude. We're gonna catch you guys in a second try R&B, dude.
Who is this lady? Nicole Young? Come on, Dre. How many kisses do you have with her? We'll be right back. Janet
All right.
Jackson.
All
Janet
right.
Jackson in 2017 got divorced from her husband
Mm-hmm.
and received $200 million, right? It says here from page 6, she was entitled to $100 million if they stayed married for at least 5 years.
Because of like a
So
prenup,
it
like a law.
says, under the terms of their prenup, Jackson and Almana announced their marriage in 2012. Yeah, $100 million. The prenup calls for $100 million payment to be doubled if they have a child, which became so 3 months ago with the birth of her son, Elisa. It looks like a money grab, but it's not about money. A relative told her. Singer Jackson said she's never in a relationship too long. Her longest was a musician, Renee, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so, that's great returns. 5 years for $100 million. All you got to do is pop out a kid and double that.
What was the
Like,
dude's job, dude? Probably not as profitable as Janet Jackson. Of course it is.
he was a Saudi millionaire, billionaire.
Saudi.
You know what I'm saying,
What
dude?
the fuck?
Wealthy women look for wealthier men, bro.
How do you get hooked up with the fucking Saudi blood money?
Being rich, being in the right room.
Being a
That's what
Jackson.
Rihanna does. Also being a Jackson.
I bet the
Sure that
Jacksons were in some weird rooms.
it's probably some Epstein rooms, allegedly.
How do you feel when you
Bottom
leave
line,
me?
Almana, who is worth $1 billion according to an estimate by money celebs, cite the richest. The Almana Group has a vast holding in cars, real estate, retail, tech, and other ventures. Okay, so it's an investor from a rich family.
He's Saudi? Was he American
Saudi,
or like
dude.
Saudi?
You Saudi. It's that Saudi money, bro. That's different. That's why Drake was like, I want Saudi money. I want real money. I'm tired of this American money. I want Saudi money.
American entertainment money.
American entertainment money can only get you so far.
You seen that Chris Rock joke about that?
You know, what do you say?
He was like, my block has like two other black entertainers, or like whatever famous name, and
Oh,
then
yeah.
the other dude is just like a dentist, and he's just like a normal dentist.
Damn. Damn.
How do you feel in the
I need to
wind?
get some money, dude. I'm gonna give drop shipping another try.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
AirPods
looking.
didn't work.
It worked. It just took too long to ship. They weren't shipping from the US, they're shipping from China. And at the time, I couldn't find a supplier from the United States. So people were
Bro,
like, yo, why is
a
my shit taking
fake
a week?
U.S. supplier, man.
Yeah, but the issue with that is that they charge American prices. I can't get it for a couple cents, you know?
This is true.
So I'm looking at, I might just switch to another
Niche.
product. I'm thinking of like maybe like an exercise thing. Like, I don't know, maybe a fucking grabbing thing that makes your hand stronger.
With American suppliers or non-American?
I don't know. I gotta look around. Or maybe I'll just
Non-American shit.
find something that's like really expensive and try to sell it for higher returns.
That Amazon game has a lot of YouTube content as well.
Amazon's fucking me, but
Yeah, it's
if you
not
can't beat them,
the
join
most
them.
the most I don't know. It's you gotta find something that isn't very populated on Amazon, or else you're just gonna get fucked.
Jeff Bezos said about Google. Google is a mountain that can't be moved. It has to be climbed.
Yeah, you know,
Interpret that how you want.
or you just get a dynamite blowed up, dude.
Oh, good luck, bro. It's decentralized, dude. All right, let's see
Ooh,
what I got in my notes. It's decentralized, meaning it's not in one place, it's everywhere.
mm, internet
Um,
servers.
Facebook warns our boy Mark Zuckerberg. He's warning us of violent or civil unrest after the election. This is from Forbes.
This morning,
Yeah, he knows what's up. He's coming. He knows what's coming. Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg warned in an interview with HBO that there is a heightened risk of violence or civil unrest in the wake of the November election, particularly between election night and when the winner is declared, as Facebook scrambles to address concerns about how it handles election information and misinformation. Zuckerberg
I
noted
was
that,
thinking about that, man.
yeah, I think that they're gonna not, I think the week or the month of the election, Facebook's not gonna run any political ads at all. We may not know the final result on election night. Um, and he's saying we're going to start preparing people that it's normal if tallying takes days or weeks, which it probably will because a lot of people are going to mail in. Um,
That's a nice little precaution.
yeah, Facebook said, or Zuckerberg said Facebook was trying to make sure that we do our part to ensure any post-election unrest is not organized on Facebook's platforms. Facebook announced Thursday that it would ban all new political ads in the week before the election, as well as enhance its policies around voting misinformation. Facebook and Zuck have reportedly come under fire for issues around the election, including the company's controversial refusal to fact-check political ads and its permissiveness of Donald Trump's comments on the platform.
Didn't
Yeah,
they
Facebook blocked
do
videos
something
from Trump
about
encouraging. No,
The might have been Twitter, but he tweeted out something about North Carolina voting twice, and some platform was like, "Yo, that's illegal."
he was saying that he was saying that if mail-in voting is so foolproof, you could vote twice, and if it
Send it to
works
country.
correctly, then one of your votes won't count, is what he's saying. He didn't say go
Mm-hmm.
out and vote twice. You know, he said if it doesn't work, I mean, if it's so perfect, you should be able to vote twice, and your vote will only count once. You know,
Mm-hmm.
that's what he was saying. He shouldn't have said that, but that's what he meant. Don't vote twice, vote once. I'm gonna. I think I'm gonna vote third party.
I took. I was watching a Good Mythical Morning, right? They did some like a partnership with a political thing, and like you put in a bunch of survey things, and it shows you how people on the balance line up with your shit, and apparently line up with two other white dudes that aren't um, on the Democrat or Republican.
I was looking at this libertarian lady
Yeah, I
named
saw her too.
Joe Jorgensen.
Funny name.
Uh, don't know about her that much, but
It's an interesting
she,
website.
she doesn't seem crazy. So
Yeah,
might
that was
exercise my right to vote for her. Maybe I gotta do more research, but every day Joe and Donald just push me further away.
yeah. The other dude looked
Oh
like
god,
there was a scientist, dude. You know that there was like one, you know that one beard style where it's just your chin, or it's like just your fucking under chin, and you look like
yeah.
you're from goddamn 1842.
Hmm.
One dude has that. I think it's like the American Party. It's
The
either that
American
or the Green. But apparently they're
Green
just
Party.
fucking other parties just kicking it, dude. Apparently getting enough fucking funding to from some goddamn sources where they can push themselves. Get some money and be like, yo, dude, I'll go hard for what you paid me for.
I think this is a good election, and I don't know if this is true, but a lot of people are going to be exercising their options because both popular candidates are just so unpalatable.
Yeah. I mean, it's
It's
either that
like,
or the opposite of that, and people don't vote.
yeah, don't not vote, people. But I saw this commercial, and it was just really just like it just reminded me of some World War II propaganda, right?
Yeah.
And then Joe Biden's face appeared, and the music changed, and it became all light, and I rolled
Yeah.
my eyes so hard. I was just like,
Yeah. Political commercials are dumb like that.
uh,
There
I
is
hate it.
a new trailer for like a Call of Duty that is centered around uh Cold War,
Uh-huh.
and it was like I forget the actual phrase and like verbiage, but it was very like uh I don't know. Basically, the what resonated was like uh, every foreign country that benefits from like an American demise would love if Americans are just, you know, kind of being stuck with what
Russia,
they're doing with the like at least in the very foreground and on top of the surface on
Russia just
media
wants
and stuff.
America to crumble. Who would besides Russia? Who would benefit from an American demise? What country? Because so many countries are dependent on America's economy.
China, Russia, basically everybody
China's
basically.
so dependent. China is so dependent on America's economy. I don't know about Russia, but China's incredibly dependent on America's economy.
You don't
For
think that
trade,
they'd kind of take over things if the economy in the U.S. stock plummets?
mm, well, I mean, a lot of their tech comes from here.
I know it's very interdependent, but I think that's kind of a political play where it kind of keeps every both at bay.
What do you mean, like take over?
money wise.
I don't know. I still think America has the upper hand in terms of innovation,
Possibly.
because people come here to make shit. If I have an idea, I'm not going to go to China and search for funding there.
Yeah. Except if you're coding, dude, that coding law.
Except if you're coding, then you got to give all your stuff to the government when they ask.
No, I'm saying that there was like an order where they didn't allow foreign people to come in with visas for coding and whatnot.
In China?
No, there was just like I don't know if it was a temporary thing, but I brought it up a couple times, and there was like it wasn't allowing work visas for people working in the tech that are coming over and non-American.
I thought I had some China news too. Something about Mulan, how people
Uh,
were boycotting it, or because the main girl showed support for some side. Mulan boycott. Sucks that that movie can't be in theaters. It looks like they worked hard on it. Sounds like they put a lot of effort into that film just for people to watch it on their
it's
iPhones.
live, huh? It's
Yeah.
on Netflix and shit.
hmm No, it's on Disney Plus,
Ah,
and you have to pay an additional $30 to watch it,
wow.
which isn't that bad because how much is a movie ticket? Like $15. But I mean, you're paying for the experience of the movies. Disney's live action remake of Mulan, this is from CNN, is now released, but some people won't be watching. Pro democracy activists in Hong Kong are reigniting calls to boycott the film, now joined by activists in Thailand and Taiwan. The calls were erupted last year with the film's lead actress Liu Yifi expressed support for Hong Kong police, who anti government demonstrators accuse of using excessive force to quell unrest. The film was released today, but because Disney kowtows to Beijing and because Lui Fi openly and proudly endorses police brutality in Hong Kong, I urge everyone who believe in human rights to hashtag boycott Mulan. Prominent to Hong Kong activist Joshua Wong tweeted Friday. Yifi, hope I'm saying that name right, is a Chinese-born U.S. citizen, waded into the conversation last year at the height of the protests in Hong Kong, which began as largely peaceful demonstrations and eventually morphed into frequent clashes between protesters and police. I support the Hong Kong police. You can attack me now. What a shame for Hong Kong, she posted on Weibo in August 2019. Calls to boycott Mulan followed immediately after the soon enough hashtag boycott Mulan was trending on Twitter, which is banned in China. Meanwhile, comments on Yifi's post on Weibo, the dominant social platform in China, echoed her support for Hong Kong police and Beijing.
It's a fun little parallel
That's interesting.
and very, very blatant.
That's
Very
interesting. And
like
Disney's not going to say anything because they're very, very pro China.
a lot of China money.
China loves Disney. China loves Disney. Who was saying? I think it was Bobby Iger, our boy Bobby. He was like, I can't believe how much the Chinese have accepted this aspect of American culture. Like they
Disney.
love it. Yeah, they love. It's like because it's like China's obviously a lot different than America. So
hmm
going to Disneyland for them is like going to America for a little bit.
hmm
So yeah.
Oh,
So they're not gonna speak on
oh,
that. That'll
dude.
that'll drop their stock for sure.
I wonder what she enjoys with the Hong Kong police side.
Probably the people fighting for rights just getting beat up in the street.
But she said she was with the police.
She was with the police beating up the Hong Kong protesters. The
Ah,
Hong Kong police government turning on the Hong Kong protesters.
so she's anti-democracy.
Yes, she's very. She has a lot of patriotism for China.
Hmm.
I mean, she kind of has to.
Badass
She's
moves are
Mulan.
mixed, dude. Huh?
She's Mulan, right? She has to. She's Mulan.
Mulan is very pro-state.
Well, Mulan fought in the Chinese army.
Mulan is down with the Fed.
Yeah, I'm just mad they took out that dragon character played by Eddie Murphy because
Did they?
that's
Half of Mulan.
that's all. That's 80% of Mulan. That's 100% of Mulan's comedy.
Is it? I kind of doubt it's. I haven't seen it, but it looks to be more kind of non campy.
Yeah, it's probably a serious film. Probably a serious film about female strength and following your dreams. I don't know.
um, there was. Do you know what the? I gotta find the like the 1619 program thing was.
I know a little bit about it. It was started by the New York Times, but I don't know a lot about it. I don't
Um,
really want to get into it before I do research.
basically, also, don't know much about it, but kind of teaches a different perspective that is centered around slavery more of American history.
Uh-huh.
Um, and I think there was some schools that wanted to integrate it into the curriculum, and the Trump administration threatened to pull school funding for schools that were looking to put it into their curriculum. Uh, one day after
1619 project.
President Trump instructed federal agencies to end racial sensitivity training, calling them devices anti-American propaganda. The president vowed in a Sunday morning tweet that the Department of Education would pull funding from California schools that taught the New York Times 1619 Project, which explores the far-reaching influence of slavery in American culture. 1619 Project 1619 refers to the year the first slave ship arrived on America's shores and examines the lasting consequences of slavery. It was launched by the New York Times Magazine last year, and the Pulitzer Center released a school curriculum based on the project, but it is unknown which schools will formally implement it. Trump, who has continually defended the Confederate flag, said earlier this summer that the Black Lives Matter mural was a symbol of hate. Uh, that doesn't really have to do with stuff, but it's him tweeting. Uh, On Friday, the president banned federal agencies from conducting racial sensitivity training related to white privilege and critical race theory. Um,
The project, this is from Wikipedia.
mhm.
The project has sparked criticism and debate among prominent historians and political commentators. In a letter published in the New York Times in December 2019, historians Gordon S. Wood, James McPherson, Sean Whelance, a lot of names, expressed strong reservations about the project and requested factual corrections, accusing the project of putting ideology before historical understanding. In response, Jake Silverstein, the editor of the New York Times Magazine, defended the accuracy of the 1619 project and declined to issue corrections. In March 2020, historian Leslie M. Harris, who served as a fact checker on the 1619 project, wrote that the authors had ignored her corrections, but that the project was a needed corrective to prevailing historical narratives. Project creator Nicole Hannah-Jones was awarded the 2020 Pulitzer Prize. Huh. So, like I said, what's the word I'm looking for? A curriculum?
It was, I think, a piece for a newspaper, and they like conjuncted it with curriculum.
Hmm.
So separate things. One was kind of just a journalism project, but they put out some curriculum for it apparently. Um,
Hmm.
so tweeting, pulling funding for schools that are wanting to use that curriculum.
How about you defund the schools that have football names like the Cotton Pickers? Because that's a real name.
Hmm.
Cotton
Do you,
Pickers.
do you think that
The
they should get,
Cotton Pickers are a real high school sport team in Texas.
First Amendment, man?
Reporter apologizes for adding them in a tweet. That is actually a very good point. That is actually a very good point.
What? First Amendment and
First
millennials.
Amendment, but this is a public high school, and people are
Mm-hmm.
paying taxes to fund the cotton pickers.
Mm-hmm.
So this is from our friends at TMZ Sports. The internet is abuzz about the fact that there's actually a high school team called the Cotton Pickers, something a local reporter made public, which he now regrets. Why do you regret it? He tweeted a video Friday of Robstown High School football team taking the field for their season opener. Don't know why. It's literally a pandemic. He also dropped the team name, the Cotton Pickers. The guy's tweet picked up and spread like wildfire, with many people aghast and outraged there could actually be a team with such racist connotations, especially in Texas, no less. Their mascot isn't very subtle either. It depicts a cotton plant straight up, and yes, there are black players on the football team and other sports teams, so what gives? The reporter followed up and said he didn't mean to stir the pot by dropping the full name. He says he never says the full thing on air and usually just refers to the team as the Pickers. Okay.
uh, you could say, it was an economic reference.
Yeah. Saying cotton pickers is something the school board had recently voted to stick to after consulting the community, which is apparently predominantly Latino. Many of the folks do, in fact, pick cotton and don't view it as a slur. Okay.
Yeah, it's
There are
kind of
some local report.
a slavery indicative connotation.
Acknowledges it's probably time to change the name, adding he's advocated that for years. Fact is, the history of cotton picking in this country usually conjures up one thing, slavery, and that alone should be a reason to pivot. I agree.
I tend to agree as well.
There's,
What do you think about the curriculum thing, though? Because I think that's interesting.
um, I'm for it if it's historically factual. If they're
Hmm.
manipulating history to fit an ideology, I don't think that's good.
I think
But
that's
if
what
it's,
every curriculum does, dude.
and I'm against that. I'm
But I
against that.
think like
Let's,
no matter what you do, you're always gonna have a perspective, especially in history, that tends will be non-partisan, will be partisan.
yeah, but like some people just like really try to not even try to speak the objective truth. They're just like,
Hmm.
but like if you like actually try,
Hmm.
I think that's good enough. And I think you can,
Yeah,
I think like a lot of historians can tell when people try and when they don't try.
yeah,
I'm not a historian, so I can't say. And I haven't read the 1619 project, so I can't say. But if it's historically accurate, I really think it should be taught.
yeah.
Because there's no point in like faking history. Because if you fake history, then stuff's just gonna happen again. You
Yeah.
know?
It's very, especially if it's fucking, which I would assume it was older, older people curriculum. Which it might not be, but um,
I think older people. I think the more people like actually know what went down with slavery, the more people will be against it. You know?
I
And
think
by
that plus knowing how it kind of echoes down into to society and culture today. But I think that's what probably a lot of people will skew it with having an ideology, which there's truth in everything. But I think that's probably the two sides of the argument of teaching that.
it's
It's
really
where
difficult
yeah,
because there's obviously echoes of slavery in society, but it's really difficult to say this is more this is objectionably racist than this, because
I,
if I don't know, because it's all a matter of opinion. Some person could be like, oh, the post office is racist because of this, and the other person could be like, no, it's not racist because of this. So what's right?
yeah. Isn't that the
But then
point
if
of
you
talking
teach,
about society?
but should that be history or should that be another course?
I think that teaching history and how it influences your present should be taught. Because that is basically, I mean, then you're kind of like talking about like what, why do people teach history? And at a glance, it's kind of like I don't know. It's fucking you got people in school and giving grades and shit, but um,
Like a lot of history has evidence to back it up, but
uh,
like, what's an example? If somebody says, I don't know, swimming pools are racist, which like historically access to swimming pools are, you would need to prove to your students that it's racist. But if you can't, then it's an ideology, you know? Does that make sense? Am I
yeah,
explaining myself right? Whereas if you're
kind of.
teaching history and you're like, this person, Robert
Hmm.
E. Robert E. Lee invaded this state to start the Civil War on this date, that's like an actual fact. That's not an
Hmm.
ideology. That actually
Hmm.
happened.
From what I've
Now the
seen,
teacher,
it seems like it might be less a history class and more like a discussion of how the past has affected the society of what you're living in.
I think that's
And
cool.
that's me just
But
kind of
maybe don't call that history.
conjecturing.
Maybe
Yeah.
call it, I don't know,
Well, I think
something
that's
else.
kind of what it might be like the fucking 1619 curriculum as we wrap up soon.
What would you call that class?
Fucking 1619 class.
Black Student
Or,
Union?
you know, society stemming through the past, something along that lines.
Society Today?
But
Open discussion speech? I would call it historical debate class, maybe something like
yeah,
that.
yeah,
I would take that class.
yeah,
But I think it would be important to say, hey guys, we're going to be discussing history.
yeah,
We're going to read actual history, but then we're going to share our opinions on it,
yeah.
right? I'm going to share with you my opinion on this piece of history, but I'm preferencing prefer prefer what's the word?
I know what
Prefacing
you
is
mean. Yeah,
letting you know that it's my opinion,
yeah.
right? I think that's important because fucking kids are super impressionable
Mm-hmm.
and they'll believe a lot of what a teacher says, and a lot of teachers are
Mm-hmm.
biased.
Yeah. I agree. Second trimester shit. I think that was 20.
Oh
Um,
yeah, dude. Get this money,
R&B
bro.
is the fucking place to be. Catch you on the next side, baby.
Yeah, dude.
Three, wait, three, two, one.
The dynamic duo. And here with the little homie, man, you know what I'm saying? Don Tolliver. A1 since day one. Let's go, DJ Candlestick. I know that you're drunk. Yeah. Tell me what you wanna do. I know that you're drunk. Yeah. Tell me what you wanna do. I know that you're drunk. Yeah. Tell me what you want after this club. You know you're nasty. You know you're nasty.
Shout out Chop Not Slop, dude.
What do you think of
That
ghosting?
sweet, sweet Texas sound. Ghosting.
Yes.
What about it?
What do you
What do
think
we
of it?
got, dude?
For everybody
Ghosting.
that doesn't know what ghosting is, it's when you stop replying to a person with no explanation at all.
Um, could probably be shitty sometimes,
Do you do it?
especially uh no. Yeah, no.
I
There's
don't
also
think
kind
I
of
do.
there's there could be different levels to that as well. Like if you're fucking and it is also like in a two-way street of like you might have a different perspective of what a relationship was, but like if you're like
But let's say it's
supposedly
like blatant ghosting. Like if you're just like, yo, do you want to go on a date tonight? Like let's say you've been dating someone for a month or something. Yo, do you want to go to a movie tonight? No
yeah,
answer.
that's I would that seems pretty shitty to me.
Yeah.
Well, but like then again, like it could be like well then I
Ow.
think
Oh, my knee. Jesus.
for like let's say a dude is I don't know talking to a chick, then you get a whole
Hmm.
weird thing. Like the weird thing is that you never really know the other person's mindset. Where one dude could just be like trying to fuck and not having like a relationship, the other a chick is super attached. Um,
Let's say that like everything, like all the
normal
intentions are
dating
out there.
relationship.
All the intentions are out there. What do
Yeah,
you want? I want a girlfriend. What do you want? I want a boyfriend. All right, let's see if this works out. Let's date for a little bit, right? They go on a
yeah.
couple dates, and then fourth date, hey, do you want to hang out? No reply. 2 days later, hey, are you okay? Are you there? No reply. A week later, yo, you alive? No reply. Boom.
I personally
I
would
think that's
never
pretty
do that.
rude.
Yeah, I'm sure there's hella people that are just kind of have a different set of morals within themselves that might find that okay. But like
Hmm.
if I'm kind of invested in somebody for like a month and everything was like clear as hell, like yo. But then like still like it's kind of like I would be like nah if I really didn't want to hang out with anybody anymore. But
Yeah, at least you're telling them.
yeah, I think that's. But some people are just like I don't know.
I
I
found
think
this.
that's dumb.
I found this post on Instagram
Yeah,
about millennial dating,
yeah,
and I would love to share it with our gracious listeners.
yeah.
Um, it says why millennial dating is so screwed up.
Uh-huh.
One, we ghost as a way to end things.
This is
If
a fucking listicle.
yeah,
Okay, yeah. You should have. Okay, just listicle in my mind.
it says if we're no longer interested in someone, we don't need to tell them. We simply stop responding. If someone did this to us in real life, it would be completely psychotic. But because it's over text or instant message, we somehow resigned ourselves to thinking it's okay.
Resign what?
Resigned ourselves to thinking it's okay. Even in the golden ages, the Dear John letter was left on the table in the foyer, but now we're lucky if we get a typed string character saying, I'm sorry, it's not working.
That motherfucker said, "Dear John letter in the foyer." I think it's foyer.
Foyer. Number
uh,
two, we're hyper focused on sex. Sex is scarily available. We can have it simply with a swipe of a finger. Well, women can. There's zero effort made into getting to know someone for who they truly are unless we're willing to address and show the most secret parts of ourselves first. And most of the time, sex doesn't lead to a relationship, which is true. It leads to heartache, confusion, and another one night stand with the next person.
I agree with some parts of that.
Did they just skip on three? They just went from two to four. What do you not agree with?
Um, I don't really not agree, but I do agree that there is kind of a uh, in a good relationship, like you can have sex can be a very like deep part of like the human experience, and if you have that experience and like relationship shallowly, then that's one thing. I don't think that's bad, but I do think it's good to have the the other side of that in a relationship.
What if in the beginning you make it clear you will not, I don't want a girlfriend, I just want to have fun?
Hmm.
Does the person, other person, well, of course they have the right to get mad, like if you, but like, is it justified? Like, if they a month later they're just like, where's this going? And you're just like, I told you a month ago I don't want a girlfriend.
Hmm. Um, yeah, like I said, fucking intentions are laid out. Well, then I think I would kind of like that's me. I would kind of put the fault on kind of just like shallow sexual interaction. which I think can kind of breed some uh I don't know. Just
But if you know what you're getting into before you go into it,
I
who can
think
you blame but yourself?
well yeah, that's what I would blame both individuals uh you, because like you're kind of accepting that contract of shallow sexual interaction.
I don't think the person that is upfront with their intentions is to blame at all. Because what else could they have done?
Well, I mean that's kind of just the act though. Like by doing that you're because sexual interaction is kind of innately like interpersonal, like almost a fucking spiritual thing. I think it is.
Well, that varies from person to person.
Good.
Like, I don't see it as a spiritual thing at all. I see it as a biological itch that I need to scratch sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it depends who it's with, but like most of
Mm-hmm.
the time, like I'm not. It's not like I don't feel like I'm soul bonding with anyone.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't know. I think
Let's
I'd swap fucking. You're getting deep into someone's life.
deep in there. You're sleeping with everyone they slept with.
That's what I'm saying. It's kind of like a like that's somewhat very interconnected to someone.
Yeah, but you know, the more you do it, the less you care.
Well,
Number
that's what I
four,
think. It's part of that.
um, we're in a competition of who can care the least. And I think this is so true. Showing actual emotions is heavily frowned upon. If we show our cards and act like we're interested, it leaves the person we're affectionate about turned off and running in the opposite direction instead of being flattered that we actually give a crap about them. There's little gratitude for honest and happy emotions. I agree with this. I am guilty of
I
this.
feel like a lot of this is just kind of fucking shitty wiring in people. And I do kind of agree with it, but like if that happens hella, then I don't know.
It happens more than you know, dude.
Yeah, because I kind of, I don't know. I think there's kind of just shitty habits of people.
I think it's a symptom of the technological age where,
Shallowness of connection.
and I think
There's not a
that,
very good priority of relationship, just kind of human to human and uh romance wise.
yeah, there's pros and cons where, like, let's say you're on Tinder looking for a partner. Um, because you're not like, you don't have to actually walk up to a girl and ask for her number.
Hmm.
It's easier to be rude. It's easier to be misogynistic. It's easier to try pick up lines that'll be disrespectful.
Hmm.
I
Yeah, there's a easier disconnect of again human relationship.
But on the flip side, you're exposed to more people, right?
Yeah,
In real life, you're only limited to the people you see.
yeah,
And you don't know if those people are taken or not. If they're on Tinder, they're probably not taken. And you can see people from cities away, states away,
yeah.
probably not taken. But to each their own.
Globalize.
Globalization. That's so dumb, dude. Tinder did this thing where during the pandemic, you could swipe anywhere in the world. And I
Yeah.
was getting matches from girls from Greece, and I'm like, dude,
Hey, dude, I'm trying to go to
what,
Greece, dude.
what am I gonna do? I'm never gonna hang out with you. So why am I matching with you? Number
I
five,
bet that shit got flown out, dog.
bro. If I
Th-
had money like that, maybe. But
There's at least like 5% of people that could do that on Tinder, at least.
5%, I think it's smaller. I think most people on Tinder are broke and lonely. Number five, we're too strategic about our responses. Responding right away comes across as desperate and too available. It's amazing how millennials view the luxury of having instant access to communication as something we need to treat as if we're still using carrier pigeons Instant messaging is just that. It's instant, but we still withhold our response times to try and show just how busy, important, and unattached we are.
So this is kind of just like technical tech relationship stuff,
Well, this is about millennials.
but it seems to be kind of just
It's
in
yeah, it all
relation
relates to
to
text.
technology.
Yeah. Um, we expect a perfection that doesn't exist. Social media and thousands of dating profiles shoved in our faces leads us to believe we're entitled a fairy tale life that doesn't truly exist. We write people off for a minor detail and quickly look for the next best thing that will somehow find flaws in. Nothing is ever good enough for millennials. We fail to realize that relationships are a balanced bond and that the amazing things come as imperfections as well.
Um, I think humans kind of do that innately already about picking out flaws in people. Uh, I do also somewhat agree with the relationship thing.
I think it's more um losing all my words today. I think it's more extreme now, especially with a girl. A girl will write off a guy for like a smaller thing because she has so many more options. She has
Hmm
2,000 matches in her phone. So
hmm
if this guy isn't just right, I got so many more options. Whereas in the before all this stuff, like the playing field was kind of the same because everybody had to like go out and talk to people.
hmm
Everyone was limited to where they lived. But now, um, I know a girl. She made a Tinder, and guess how many matches she got in the first day?
A lot.
I literally just said it. 2,000 matches.
Yeah.
2,000
Yeah,
people.
that's pretty. I mean, maybe it's
That's
not
sensory
unnatural, but
overload.
yeah, it is very that.
That's sensory overload, and she's not even like the most attractive person ever.
hmm
So, what do you think super attractive girls are getting?
Yeah, yeah, that can definitely be some disillusion in life.
Yeah. Did I say number seven? Number seven was we're overloaded with options. I already said that. Number eight, we've become content with being alone. Um,
You know,
oh wow, I
person
lost
to
the
person.
post. Number nine, we're always stuck in a gray area. What does that mean? Almost relationships and no strings attached sex are the millennial versions of commitment. Almost relationships. I see that. You ever see somebody call somebody
My friend.
date someone for a while? They won't say their girlfriend, oh, this is my person.
No,
You never seen that?
I
I've seen that a lot
I've
this
seen
year.
it. I think more so when like uh they're like deep in a relationship rather
I
than
remember
not in a relationship.
one of our friends, I'm not going to say his name because I'm sure he listens, but he's been seeing this girl for, I don't know, like a year maybe at this point.
Hmm
And I referred to him, her, as his girlfriend, right? Because
hmm
I believed it was reasonable to infer that every time I see you, she's with you, that's your girlfriend. And he got
Yeah,
mad at me. He's like, that's not my girlfriend. Don't ever say that. I'm like, Jesus, bro.
yeah,
It's not that big a deal.
yeah. Yeah,
And number
that's
10,
some shit that I think
yeah,
that's
but
probably a little unhealthy.
I don't think she thinks that she's not his girlfriend, but to each their
That's
own.
I
Number
think
10,
the unhealthy part.
we don't feel accountable for the pain we inflict to others. When
Yeah,
we've hurt
that's kind
someone's
of
feelings, we don't feel the need to apologize or to make good on our wrongs. It's not our problem, it's theirs. A person's emotions, even if caused by something we said or did, is up to them to resolve. We feel entitled to walk around acting like complete losers with the expectation that the way it's received is a reflection of the person we dump our stuff on and nothing to do with the fact that we are the cruel ones. I can see that.
some would agree. Um, like it is a balance thing. Like obviously, what you say to someone is like based off what you're thinking, but then that also goes into someone else's life and mindset and will affect them differently, and you kind of just have to react to that.
Yeah. So, moral of the story: stay single.
If you want, dude.
Sounds good to me. Just get yourself a dog. Actually, don't get yourself a dog because the dog will hurt you too, indirectly. If it runs away, you're just sad.
Protect yourself from all things in life, dude.
All things. What did the Buddha say? Don't get attached to anything, even animals.
Yeah,
Sound
yeah,
advice.
yeah. Take it with a grain of salt, but I think I've had a whole fucking lot of In-N-Out burger with that salt, dude.
God, Instagram is trash, dude. Instagram, every day they make it more and more apparent that I'm not in control of my feed. Every day they
Yeah.
make it more and more apparent that they want me to see what they want me to see and not what I want to see.
What are you saying? Off top,
Well,
a genre, a theme.
so I see the first thing I see is one person I follow, and then immediately after that is an ad. And then immediately after that is someone I've never seen before. Don't follow them. And immediately after that is you've caught up on all your posts when I know I haven't.
Are you following like two people?
I'm following 359 people.
Hmm. That's interesting.
Yes.
I'm very interested in the comparison of your tech feeds and mine. It
They're
always kind of
probably the
baffles me.
same. They're running on the same algorithm. It's just different variables.
Like, but
Maybe
you know,
you just when you see ads, you doesn't register that it's an ad. When I see ad, I immediately, for some reason, I'm wired to see product placement, even if it's invisible. I can smell that in a music video,
that
in a
it is an ad.
movie, in a show. That yes,
Yeah, yeah, I easily see that.
it's kind of sucks. I
But like,
can't watch
what, like,
anything with.
even my ads. I'm not gonna talk out loud about ads.
Yeah, don't do that.
That's kind of scary, huh? But like, my shit
Yeah,
never brings me fucking miss joy, dude. It's always for fucking skating and music.
it's not bringing me much joy. It's just not showing me what I want to see. It's like, what's the point of following people if it's not giving you the content you're trying to follow?
Mm.
It's like when YouTube fucked up the subscription boxes. Like, what's the point of subscribing to people if the content isn't delivered to you?
I'm getting okay things in my algo, dude. Nothing to complain
Mark,
about.
I
Too
hate
hard.
Mark.
Too hard.
Mark,
Too hard.
man,
Well, you got anything else on your mind? I think we're kind of
not
early, but
not really.
uh, any pressing matters?
Any pressing matters? Not really.
Then let's rickety rick it, wrap it up, dude. Wrap it up like a cut condom cup. It's been
Okie dokie.
R&B all fucking day, dude. If you're listening this far, uh, I pessimistically would say before that you didn't, but now I'm gonna say you did. So thank you. I also forget. I want to fucking remember to say uh social stuff at the beginning. I think that worked last time. It was pressed in the beginning. But thanks for listening. Episode 191, I believe.
I
I
don't even know.
think
It's
it's
all blur at this
191.
point.
Appreciate your earmanship and the future earmanship. Peace.
Yes. Follow me on TikTok. Bye.